Come on. Yeah, you might say that I'm trading emotions today. And even though trading can be like that, but sometimes you just want to smack this laptop to the ground. And as you guys already know from the weekly analysis, the plan was to buy Nasdaq at certain points. And I always want to stick to the game plan. Anyways, let me take you guys back to Monday evening during the New York session. Good evening, beautiful traders. It is the New York session currently. Well, almost. I mean, just a few minutes left. We have 12 minutes on my 30-minute time frame. I'm going to show you using the exact same weekly analysis how you can trade the New York session and make a lot of money. Well, that's what we want to do, right? So without even wasting so much time, let's just dive right onto these charts. But before we do all of that, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We trade the Nasdaq over here. If you're returning, welcome back. You already know what's up. Don't forget to hit the like button, turn your post notifications, and subscribe to the channel, because when we hit 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a little giveaway. Stay tuned for what it actually is, right? So right onto these charts. Let's just see what the market is saying. And this was exactly the weekly analysis, right? I did, give all of the levels, and the market has broken out of that level, right? And it just dropped on Monday. It just started by dropping. That's where we were on, Friday, right? So let's go on to our 15-minute time frame. Want to see what we can have. You can see the momentum that it opened with, right? And then it started to have smaller candles as we progress, right? So it's approaching this zone with small candles on the 15-minute and the 5-minute candles. They even keep getting smaller and smaller. What does this tell you? It tells you that the sellers, right, they're losing momentum in this market. Let me just go back to my 30-minute time frame. Right? So I want to buy because I can clearly see that the sellers are losing momentum in this market. And obviously this level here is where we're targeting our buying positions, right? And I said that we have a stop loss right below it. Well, at this zone, it doesn't make sense because this is a level where the market, a lot of people have stop losses here, but the market can retest that week right over there, right? So I want to consider, let me just mark it up. I want to consider this week, right? So this is exactly how I'll be thinking as I'm trading. So I want to put my stop loss at a place that if the market comes to that stop loss, right, I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. So this week would be really considerable, but then I have to put it slightly lower than the week, such that if it taps on the week and then wants to retrace a little bit, I won't be caught up in, the bad trade. So I'm not going to give the trade in the inner circle right now because the stop loss is still quite large. I'm going to take the risk. I'll probably give it as it drops a bit lower, so the stop loss gets a little bit, a little smaller, right? I'm personally going to enter the trade at this level because, yeah, I am willing to take the risk, right? So let me just go onto my account. You remember from the last trades we had on gold and Nasdaq last week, we have $1,500 in the account, and we are going to trade that. Let's see how much we can actually add to the account. We're not going to go in really strong because there's a chance of the market retracing, right? So I'm going to go in with like 2 trades. Let me use 2 trades at this level. And yeah, if it retraces, I would want to see how much it is that I lose, right? Let's say it retraces. Let me just see that. So if I drag it down to this level, you can see that, yeah, if it comes to this zone, I'm willing to lose like $100 each if it hits my stop loss. Am I willing to lose $100 on each trade? Yes, I am. So I'm going to add one more trade. I want to lose, let's say, $300-400. If it goes wrong, if it's a wrong setup, I'm willing to lose $300 or $400, and I'll make, even more than that if the trade goes in my direction, right? So you can see already it's another $100, but if it already comes to that zone, it's going to break out, right? So that's a good trade to me, right? So I'm going to put risk $300. We have 1,500, and then, yeah, let's just see how the trade actually plays out. I'm going to give it in the inner circle as it drops further. I could have given it right now, but then it will be a bit tricky because it might drop. So we're going to wait a few minutes and then come back to see what the market will be doing, right? Alright, you can clearly see that it has dropped. Yep, it's not a sniper entry that I was expecting to have. And now it has gotten to that level where it is okay for me to start buying, for me to even give a signal to start buying, right? So right now, I think it's ready. I'm going to give, why does it keep dropping? It keeps going down with so much momentum. And I had thought that the sellers had lost all of the momentum, right? But I think it's just trying to take out people because the setup is still okay to me. I'm going to drop the signal in the inner circle. It keeps dropping. Why does it keep dropping like this? Yo. Oh, I might have to wait for a rejection first, but let me just give the signal, right? So that we won't. All right, perfect. You can see that I have dropped the signal in the inner circle. So we have a really tight stop loss at 3. Oh, it keeps dropping. Yo, it wants to retest that week that I was talking about. You see, it wants to really retest this week, and then it's breaking out. It's breaking out. All right. Now I'm quiet. Okay, it wants to retest this week. I'm confident, but then let's just see, right? It's either whenever you enter a trade, you're going to have like two outcomes. It's going to be a good trade or it's going to be a bad trade, and you should be okay with that, right? So that's why I have a stop loss. If it hits a stop loss, then we're good. You know, we will exit the trade. All right, so let's just watch. I know that it wants to retrace this week. I've seen this setup before. I've seen something like this before, right? Where it breaks out of that level and then it goes to the bottom where there's a week. It wants to retrace the week. Okay, yeah. All right. I always want my trade to close outside of I always want the stop loss. For me to have a stop loss that has been hit, the trade should close outside. The candlestick should close outside of my stop loss. I'm always saying that in all of my videos, right? You already know that. If it starts going back up, with that week, I'm going to add positions right at the tip of that week, because I'm not going to waste this pips. It wants to just kind of like reject a little bit. If it closes outside of this, then we are out of the trade. It's a wrong trade, right? Or if the smaller time frame even closes outside of this zone. But if it rejects with a week, I am adding positions. I already know that the buyers will be stepping into this market, right? So let's just watch. Let's see what actually happens, right? So right now, this is the drawdown. Do you know the bad thing about actually live trading or looking at your trades as they run? You start to think a lot. You want to do a lot of things at the same time, right? You won't let the market breathe, because the market should move up and down, obviously, and then move in the overall direction that it wants. But as long as you're watching them playing around with your money, that's why you see that I just look at the chart. I don't look at the numbers. I don't even know what's happening in my account right now. Just look at the candlestick. I don't want to look at the numbers. I don't want to look at the negative on my account, because I might end up closing those trades when I see minus $300 on that account, right? So yeah, let's just watch. Let's see what happens. So this is our stop loss in the inner circle. It's 19,310, right? 19,310. So I always give them a slightly lower stop loss. And let me just input it here. 19,310. So don't worry, our stop loss has not yet been hit in the inner circle. Right, we're still good. We're still good on Nasdaq. So this is the stop loss. It almost hit it, but it didn't, right? Already, I almost thought it was going to get hit, so I was already writing that was fast. The stop loss had been hit. That was really fast, but it hasn't hit the stop loss yet. It's kind of rejecting. Oh, look at this. All right, so you can see my added positions there, $22 each, $27, $26 each, and I think I like this. Let me check on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, the 5-minute time frame. You can clearly see that, yeah, they dropped with so much momentum, but it's at a level, right, that it can break out or retest. So right now at that level, I see the buyers stepping into the market. And remember, when I entered my first trades, I really did say that this was a really risky trade. It was not yet really complete, right? So right now, what we just want is the market to continue with the upward movement. I want the buyers to really step in. We have like 21 minutes before candlestick closes. That's crazy. All right, 18 minutes left. Let's just look at US30. Okay, now this is lovely. In the free signal group, honestly, if you're not in that group, you are really just I did drop the setup on US30, right? And I said that US30 is looking good. This was at 2:30 in the afternoon, and we're patiently waiting for the breakout on US30, and you can clearly see it has broken out of this level, right? On the 4-hour time frame, you can see that. And in the previous video that I did post, if you watch that, you can clearly trade these highs. You can clearly trade these highs because I explained exactly how to. And now you can see that I'm having negative $170. I can't really go into this buying trade on US30 because I will risk the account. I might end up even blowing the account if I want to do that. So I'm going to watch US30 just move without me, but you can see that is the highest point. I want to mark up the highs. If I was not in the Nasdaq trade, this is how I would have traded this US30 trade. So you can see it broke out of the highs. Yes, let's go on to a lower time frame. Okay, this is the 1 hour time. Let's see the 30-minute time frame, the 15-minute. Want to see which one has broken out, which one has closed. Want to see which one has closed outside. So the 15-minute hasn't really closed outside. Ooh, perfect. Look at the 5-minute time frame. The 5-minute time frame has closed outside of the break, right? And you already know what to do at this point. It's going to retest these levels, right? it's exactly the same setup. So if you watch that video, you know how to trade these highs. You should have traded. By the time you watch this video, it would have already moved though, but you should have traded these highs, especially on US30, right? And more so if you are in the group, because I did update as it was breaking the high. So what I'm saying is it will reject, go to this zone, or go up, or even come to this level at the bottom, right? So want to mark up this level right over here. So it can retrace twice. It can bounce off this level where it is, or come back to this level and then bounce off of this level, right? And then just go up to the top, because the buyers have already confirmed their movement. They've already broken out. They're saying that they want to keep pushing the market to the top. So you can see these highs that we're having previously, it broke right out of them. So those highs would want to be retested again, right? It will retest here or retest at this zone and then push up to the top. So I hope you learned from the previous video and capitalized on this particular trade. Let's check Nasdaq again. Okay, so yeah, on the 5-minute time frame, we have a candlestick. We have a 5-minute candle that closed, and we have 52 seconds for it to close. 47 seconds for the 15-minute candle to close as the week. You can clearly see that this was just a fake out. The market wanted to take out, a lot of positions, right? On the 1-minute time frame, you can clearly see the buyers stepping into this market, and they're already pushing the market to the top. 30 minutes still has 15 minutes to go, right? 15 minutes to go. That's a long time, honestly. And yeah, the negative has reduced on the account. We have minus $31. Not bad. Alright, so I just updated the group. A few minutes ago, I just updated the group that we have new highs on US30, and I really hope they're capitalizing on this trade. I want to go in so bad, but I really can't, because I'm in a Nasdaq trade and it's not moving as I would want to. Okay, now we're positive on Nasdaq. We're just playing around. The market does seem like it's moving well. I like it. Plus $35. Not bad, not bad. We have 11 minutes till it closes. That was just a fake out. This is exactly what the market always does. You see, it wants to come and form another week at this level. And if I was leveraging a lot, I would have been taken out, just, not accommodating my stop loss. Even in the inner circle, if I had given them a tighter stop loss, they would have just been taken out. But right now we're sitting good. We are back in profit and looks lovely. We want to see how and where the market would actually take us from this level. You can see we have $130 in the account, even though it's still in negative. We haven't really gone back to our entry point. Remember, it was a risky entry, but we are still, heading up towards that level. If we still keep going up to the top, I'm going to flip this account, if I'm being honest. I think if I will still have the nerve to keep holding, get to a point where you see a certain profit that you won't want to hold the trade. I should work on that. I shouldn't be moved by the numbers. I shouldn't be moved when I see like $300 on each trade. I should just be able to relax and say that, let's keep moving. The setup is not yet done playing out, right? I'm always quick to put my stop loss in entry and then, cut short. But you can clearly see that on the 5-minute time frame here, we have good bullish momentum. 19 seconds for the candle to close, and that was just a week out. So the 30 minutes is left with 10 minutes to close. The 30-minute time frame is left with 10 minutes to close. If I had not entered trades at the top here, I could have literally exited this trade with just this week here. But now I'm kind of like, having to cover up for the mistake I did make. But I'm already targeting the top part there. I want the market to keep pushing up to the top, so that would really be a really satisfying trade. If it pushes up to the top, I would be so, excited, because it feels good to win these trades, right? It feels good to be right sometimes. No, most times it doesn't feel good to be wrong, honestly. So that's what I want the market to do. Let's check out US30. Okay, on the 5-minute time frame, you can see the retracement that it did. It retraced the highs, right? So it moved from this level, came to that zone, and then retraced the highs. Now it's going back to that spot, right? You see, it moved from this level up to the top here, right? And then it's either going to reject now and push back down, or it's going to break out and go to the top, right? But this type of retracement where it just retraces the highs, I really don't like it. There's a high chance that it will drop again. It will kind of like want to give a false break, a false retest, and then it will drop back again and then eventually move. So yeah, in as much as I could not catch this movement, I'll probably wait for a second retest. If it does give us a second retest, then I'll capitalize on that, right? On the 1 minute time frame, look at how it went and retest with a good evening start. Should we call that an evening start? A dodgy candle, right? A good one for that matter. So at that level, when the moment I would have seen that candlestick, that is when I would have bought, right? But it's all good. Let's see what Nasdaq is saying. Ooh, lovely. Look at how it just wicked right back up to that zone. So let's see how much profit we have currently. $114, not bad. 8 minutes left. 8 minutes 36 seconds for it to close. So we're approaching our entry point, $170 on the account. Looking lovely. That was an absolutely crazy push back up to the top. Can you just imagine? It would have just tapped me out of that trade and just kept moving up to the top. And this is how you could have taken a loss. That's why I always say that you don't ever risk a lot on one single setup, because you never know what the market does. And where you have US30 pushing up to the top, I don't think it was going to actually break. I don't think it's actually going to retrace. Wow. It's breaking out of the top, right? $180. 200, man. We just touched 200 and now we're approaching our entry point. Nasdaq looks absolutely lovely. I love Nasdaq, honestly. I just hope it keeps pushing up to the top again, respecting my analysis. I've been sitting here for the last 1 hour. Is this video 1 hour long? Do you guys like long videos like this? I've been recording for almost an hour now. And the trade has not yet really played out. It hasn't really played out the way I wanted to. So it's 7 minutes left for the New York session to officially start. We were actually just pre-New York, right? So I was updating the group just a while ago. It's only 300 people that saw the message, but if you did, I hope you're in good profit on US30. I wish I was also in the trade, right? But I'm in Nasdaq and we have, 6 minutes left for it to actually close as a bullish. I don't really want to consider this as a close. Someone else can just say it's just 5 minutes that's left, so you might as well just consider that as a close and add positions here. I have had situations where I've done that, I've added positions when the market has not yet actually closed and it spikes right back down with the exact same momentum it had. It takes me out, and imagine I would have had added positions to that trade. It is, you will cry, it just goes against me and then it ends up hitting my stop loss. So I've learned the hard way. I'll always wait for the market to actually close its candlesticks before I can say that it's a complete movement. Alright, as you can clearly see that, we are back in profit, $260, right? Quit playing. Alright, so the market kept moving. 4 minutes left. It hasn't really closed. Look at the wick. Look at her rejection on the 15-minute time frame. Look at how it just went back up. 4 minutes left for all the time frames to close. And if it breaks this zone, right, we're going to get a really good push to the upside. It's looking absolutely good. The trade has been confirmed now. It's just left for it to break these certain levels, for it to have nothing holding it, and then it just keeps pushing up to the top. 30-minute time frame, we have 4 minutes left to close. Look at that candle. Look at how it just pushed up to the top. It seems as if it's a really good movement, but don't forget that we entered at almost the second line, $270. It looks absolutely lovely. If it closes like this, I'll be confident to actually keep holding, the trade, because it would have been confirmed. Imagine the buyers pushing the market from that level up to the top. Don't forget the way the sellers pushed the market at first, right? They really pushed the market down. I almost thought that it's going to hit my stop loss, but you can clearly see that the buyers have tapped into the market and we are the bulls. All right, perfect. Ooh, look at this momentum. Look at this movement. 3 minutes left. Just look at this movement. Almost $400. I think I'm going to close. Honestly, I think I'm going to close. Nah, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't be quick to close my trades, because my initial entry is $19. So technically I haven't really gone anyway. Let me just relax. I'm going to relax for a bit. And the candlestick is completed. We closed. We absolutely closed inside. And for that reason, I have a strong bias to the upside. The bulls have stepped into this market. They have pushed the market from that low zone where it was. And you can see, look at that. The market is already starting to go up to the top, right? So what might happen right now is a little bit of a retracement, but I don't want that, right? I just want it to keep pushing up to the top. You can clearly see that the buyers have stepped into this market. They're showing these sellers that you cannot push the market down, and the sellers have agreed that they cannot. They failed to push. They'll probably try and push it down again, but might not succeed, right? Because I want to see it going to break those highs at the top. So we're having $341 in the account. Looking absolutely lovely, but I'm only going to look at the trades that I entered first, which is just running at $13 currently. And you know, I wanted to have at least $60 on each trade for that, and let's see how it actually then just plays out. Honestly, I am really tired and hungry currently. I think I'm going to stop this and I'll check on these trades honestly as we progress. Let's see what USD did before I go. Okay, you can see it broke out of that level. All right, let me just see what USD did before I actually, you know, get something to eat. On the 5 minutes, yeah, we see we have a break. We have a breakout of this level, and currently it's retracing a little bit and then goes up to the top. So if these trades play out well on Nasdaq, I might close them good and then catch the retracement on US30 and also just enter into the US30 trade. I've been sitting here for the last 1 hour 30 minutes, and I don't want to make this, okay, it's already a long video, but I don't want to make it longer than it actually is like this. But you've seen how I was thinking when I was trading, what I was looking at, what I was doing, and all the other good things that I've been doing in this video. But there you have it. Alright, I am really exhausted at this point. I don't think I can keep recording here. At least the bulls have stepped into the market, and I have hope of it pushing up to the top. What we're gonna do is to just let the trade actually run and keep pushing up to the top, and let's see where it actually takes it. But I'm still very much bullish on the Nasdaq. I want to see it pushing up to the top, and especially US30 that has broken out of the highs. I want to catch those retracements, right? So we do have FOMC tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see how that turns out, if it actually keeps pushing the market to the top or it will drop the market down. But other than that, with the technical analysis alone, I am very much bullish on these stocks for the long run. But if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit the like button, turn your post notifications, and subscribe to the channel. Click. With that, it's been Tino, and I'll see you in the next little video. Peace.